Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Friday night game of Consequences of Chaos, where Robert runs us through this lovely world that he's created that we add more chaos to it, but apparently it's still not enough. Before I hand this off to Robert to jump into tonight's episode, it looks like something's got messed up on our screens here. I'll have to straighten that. What happened here? Well, that's odd. Alright, well, I will fix that in just a second, but before I do that, Roll20 is what we use in the middle of the screen, which happens to be covering up two of our O's, because this is somehow got moved around. Two of our pictures, our videos, there we go, now that fixes it. Marcus and I were being covered up by the bottom of the map from Roll20 for some reason. But anyway, Roll20 allows us to use maps and share our artwork and kind of get a situational awareness for any kind of combat we have and keep our viewers somewhat entertained if our chaos doesn't already entertain. Let's see, also on top of that we have Hero Forge. Hero Forge is a website that allows you to create a custom miniature that you can start with your basic, 33mm size miniature all the way up to a 6-inch statuette that you can create at home. You can have them send it out to you once it's created, or you can pay for the program itself to print it on your 3D printers at home as well. They can come painted. They have all sorts of gear, anything from sci-fi up to down to fantasy, however you want to look at it. And if you're a subscriber, you can turn it into a copy of that token and use it in your digital games. Let's see, last but not least, we have GUI Cube. GUI Cube is a fantasy world. It was created by the company several years ago and expanded upon over the last several years. So if you haven't had a chance, go to GUICube.com and see what they've got available. We have up to 4 chapters of the Red Star Rising campaign that I know of. I haven't heard of the 5th chapter coming out yet. But when it does, you'll know, and we'll plan on doing another season of that, probably starting from the beginning since we have a lot of new players in our group. So stay tuned for when that happens. Let's see. If you're watching us on Twitch, we have 3 things of importance. First of all, and the most important, is Extra Life. If you look down below, you'll see the link for that down right in our bio that tells you a little bit about us. Extra Life campaign runs year-long, so that you can give to the Children's Miracle Network when you can and when you'd like to. On top of that, we also have a website that Marcus has been working on. The website is right there next to it. It's rollhitdie.com. You can click on it, give you a little idea about what we are, who we are, the games we play. Also got a shop in there that you can go to get some, shirts, mugs, rugs, or even blankets. I think there's even a beach towel. You can get the symbol that's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there that you'll see off to the side of the GUI Cube marking, or the one right behind Marcus. You can also get one that says Army Corps for our Mutants and Masterminds game on Thursday. One for the Vampire the Masquerade game we've ran, and a few others. Just check it out and see what there's available, and keep checking back because periodically Marcus likes to add more stuff. I'm not going to get into that. Sorry, I've got a little bit of stuffed up nose here. Also down below, if you're watching us on Twitch, you'll notice next to the chat bar there's a little bubble looking thing. That bubble is what we call a chaos bubble. Allows you to collect points the more you watch us, and the more you watch us, you can spend those points to cause more chaos in our already chaotic game. Robert loves that shit, so spend away. Yep, see, he already got thumbs up.
Give them lots of disadvantage tonight.
Yeah, lots of magic items from the DMG. But remember, if you do spend in the abundance to give to the groups, whether it be advantage, disadvantage, magic items, GUI rewards, or GUI items, the players as well as the GM will get them if you spend in the bigger group. So just keep that in mind when you go to spend your points on things, that it goes to everyone. Let's see.
Because our host tonight could really use another magic item.
Oh, well, I mean, the players could definitely use one after we kill whatever the host is throwing at us. Alright, so I think that's about it as far as those announcements are concerned. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add to the mix of my babbling before we move on? Let's since
I actually wasn't paying attention to you, so.
Yep. So with that, we will go ahead and hand it off to Robert, so we can jump into tonight's episode of Consequences of Chaos.
Okay, I don't have my Twitch active, so I don't know how we're arranged. But I'm Robert Maxwell, and I am the GM for Consequences of Chaos. Started out so simply, but things happen, and players decide to add to the story, and it's been so much fun. Now, they have recently, our Alpha team has recently returned from having Mac, a necromancer, upside the head, and gotten rid of them much more quickly than I thought they would. But hey, it happened. So we roll with the punches, and
Who needs to go through the front door?
Yeah, who needs to go to the front door? That's for low-level people. So, our team has been invited to a ball hosted by their liege lord, the King and Copper. And so, our team is getting ready to travel. Let's see, where am I? To travel over to meet the King and Copper. And so here is his device emblazoned for you.
We have a black screen.
Oh, there should be absolutely nothing blocking this. Let me make sure. There should be no dynamic lighting. There is no dynamic lighting on this.
Is it none? Well, I mean, I guess I can move up to.
Well, do we have our
lighting? Your characters aren't on it.
That's why.
Can you see it now?
I see a
big black square.
That's it. That's all you need to see. It's skull and crown. That's all you need to see. So it's his crest that you're getting to see.
Yeah.
So.
I think someone's on a different map.
Yes, I see the old map that we were at the basement of the tower, the bone tower.
Oh, somehow you must still be. Shoot. Let me double check the. Yes, your icons are still up there. So let me move y'all over here and then see if I can delete.
Definitely works.
Gotcha, yes.
You're being annoying. You know that? You are. You're being annoying. Take your hammer and go over there and play.
Okay. Now, I don't know why y'all are not bleeding.
Bleeding? What?
Deleting.
Oh, okay. I thought you said bleeding. Oh, wait a minute now.
Okay. Yes, all of you should be bleeding now. Okay.
There is
so in this episode, we will be jumping back and forth with members of Alpha Team and Beta Team, because they both got invited, and I don't know who all of each team is going to be coming. So let us go through all of our players and find out which of their characters are joining in the party as kind of primary. That they're going to be taking an active role. So I don't have my Twitch up. So who gets the start?
Carlos.
So I'm Carlos Maripuala, and I will be playing Raylo, a shadow magic sorcerer, warlock. What was the first name? Hexblade warlock. He hates undead. He wants them dead. He hates the Church of Asmodeus. I believe it's Asmodeus, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's bad guys. I would still want to go back to that other world and avenge Gespalten. But of course, currently myself and our paladin have a vendetta against the Asmodeans here, who are causing all kinds of shenanigans in their city. But now we're on our way to this den of beings. We'll try to be as simple as possible about it. And, Torb is here. He'll be taking more passive role.
Next up, we have. Yep.
Yes. Hello, my name is Curtis. Tonight I am portraying Solax and possibly Tort, depending on what happens. Primarily Solax on the, gala, the ball, the whatever it is when we get there. And yes, very thrilled with the Asmodeans and not plotting their demise in a terrible, terrible way whatsoever. But tolerating undead.
For some odd reason, Easy's bullshit meter's going off. I don't quite understand.
Tolerating the undead is a thing. Tolerating is, it doesn't have to be happy with it, but not going to start a war over that. The Asmodeans? Oh yes, Crusades. After me, yes?
No, go on.
I was going to say after me would be Scott.
So I'm Scott. I am playing the leader of this group of adventurers, named Charlotte. I am an eloquent bard and just love to talk about things and tell you new stories of our adventures. I just happen to have found religion. Well, maybe not religion per se, more, hey, this lady will give me power if I do things for her. And it's worked out so far. I mean, the last thing I did was liberate a soul for my goddess. And didn't know that she made a deal to pass the soul along. But I also am going to be playing Zarl, who is doing his damnedest to make sure that he's going with his fine-looking lich girl, and on that lich girl's first date. And Zarl's wanting to take her on that first date. So.
And he is. And who is next?
That would be Mark.
That would be me. Hello all, I'm Marcus Scott, and tonight I think I'm playing Vanessa for a little while. She's the resident warlock and not warlock, sorcerer and warlock, sorlock, who's going to bring along some creepy guy who keeps showing up on her doorstep. Maybe offer him up as a sacrifice, who knows. I may also be bringing along the puppy. The Django, nice little fighter puppy that's been running around. And then I also have a couple other characters in the wing in case shit goes wrong and I need new characters.
I mean, Zarl wouldn't say, hey, go get the bone off the lich.
So I guess it brings it to me, Dan Latham, also known as Shadow Degar, and for those out there who play like on PlayStation stuff, I go by Cole Cash 25. I am several personalities this evening, and that's not counting my characters. I'm playing Easy, or Ezoid Clicker, who is an autognome artificer / wizard. There is Z, who is a divination wizard, which I need to roll the dice for that. This is a new day, I'm assuming. And on top of that, I have a very large-looking metal dog that's probably currently sitting in a portable hole until he's needed. And then Adonis is not going to miss a party. So, as of right now, I have those three that I'll be bouncing around, I assume. Easy's going to be...
Probably easy for the most.
I mean, Easy's not much of a partier, so there's no telling. At some point in time, he might slip into the bag of holding, not the bag of holding, but the portable hole himself to start working on something, just because. But just it's one of those. We'll see how the party goes. But Adonis is rubbing elbows and schmoozing it up the best he can because that's what he's used to before his.
And I think
curse.
You also have a date.
I do.
I believe another of your kind, Ortexia, was going to go. with
Artexia, I didn't realize that Artexia was going to go with Adonis, but yes, that sounds
Yes.
divine. At least we don't have to worry about using our vision to turn each other hard. I mean, it just the other visions that turn things. Never mind. Anyway, yes, we dance around. Enjoy.
Okay. And yes, there are a couple of dates going along. Like, for example, Charlotte is bringing her love, the Bay Knight Paladin, Captain
Davenor.
Davenor. Thank you. Just completely lost my mind on that one. And as has been said, Zarl is bringing along Aisling, who is a lady of this court, and oh, I think that's really. There might be another date somewhere. I don't remember if any of you were bringing other dates. And Vanessa is bringing with her Jean-Claude Flamand and
Toad and the skull. You know, two inanimate objects going together. Toad and the skull.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, with Aisling, she is definitely bringing her friend. Salvador, the skull, is sitting on top of her staff. So,
Somebody redeemed random DMG item.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, you were kind of quiet.
Somebody redeemed the DMG item.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't.
Which one?
See,
Y'all will have to tell me anything on Twitch because I don't have Twitch live right now.
Apparently, DM asked for something, so he gets a DMG item.
Okay.
So that's for you. That's not a group. That's
me.
an individual. So the DM gets to pick something out of the DMG or whatever magic thing you wish to use that's level based.
Okay. I have
That
ideas.
we're gonna steal.
That yeah. Somebody might steal.
You never
Okay.
know.
So you get ready to go, and the travel's going to take a little bit of time, and so you get up with your. Do you need to go off, Marcus? Okay. Yeah. So y'all get ready. Your carriages are ready. Your carriages that now carry the crest of Dragon's Nest on them. You have picked up the dates you are going to carry. For Zarl, Aisling actually arrives in her own carriage. And it seems that she has spectral horses leading her carriage.
Of course.
Of course, she has to go in style.
Now,
She's the lady of the court.
Did I have time to get suitable attire?
Oh yes, y'all have weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weeks?
So,
Okay.
However she's dressed, he tried to outdress her.
Want to outdress your date?
I said try.
Oh, okay. At least complimentary.
Well, find out what she's wearing and make sure I have suitable attire that complements her.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that is easily arranged.
And Charlotte it's not an illusion. It's a full gown with Charlotte's design on it, black and purple, with the hair all done up, and Charlotte does get the the wizards or wizards apprentices to make scrolls of any spell that we think that the King of Copper does not have. We know that fifth level one, but there may be others in that book that he does not. We
The
think he-
Necromancer's book.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so you're bringing a tribute to him.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that
What
sounds
about
good.
the ancient books as well? Would we care to take any copies of those? That there are like only like one or two known in existence.
Yeah, we'll make a copy of a couple of the ancient books also and add them to it.
Okay. Okay.
Those black robes, you know.
They ain't going nowhere.
Okay. So, for Vanessa, Jean-Claude is there. He is dressed in a nice, courtly suit. He obviously understands courtly demeanor, and so he has arrived dressed appropriately. And good evening, Vanessa. Thank you for this invitation.
You're welcome. Vanessa is actually dressed up very nicely. She's in a straight ball gown, not one that's out and around, but regular one that's been made with some glimmer weave. So it looks like there's moving tentacles going all around her dress.
Great. She's
Okay.
permanently activated the harms of Hadar.
She nods to him and asks if there's anything he needs to prepare for before we head up.
No. Everything is fine.
Just take this little blue pill.
No, everything will be fine. I have come prepared.
Very well. Hopefully it'll be a quiet night, but I'm not too keen about this King of Copper.
In Discord is somewhat of what Adonis is currently wearing. And his serpents are laid back on his head and just kind of curled up behind his neck a little bit. Periodically, you've got that one likes to stick up and move around. I don't know what the hell that guy's issue is, but he's always moving where he's not supposed to be.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Solex would have spent those, several weeks polishing the new armor he got, and he's going in full Bahamut regalia, fully armored, just, in a good way, not like a threatening way. But, the robes and everything set over it, Think like the 40K Space Marines in, full dressed to the nines. Still armored, but they got, the tapestries basically for them hanging off. That's how that is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Someone's coming for you, Dan.
Somebody's gunning for me. Oh no.
That's
What did you do? Yeah, I figured it's who it was.
What's happened?
Oh.
It's
yeah,
advantage.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I got disadvantage. And you
Okay.
have advantage.
And I get an advantage.
Yes, you get an advantage,
Okay.
and I get another disadvantage.
Okay. Let me pull that out and dang it, I'm trying to download something. Okay, let's see. And gets disadvantage. I have an advantage over here, so I will keep that and I will
So, does this mean that Army's got a bear rug in front of the fireplace next week? Oh, Scott got a GUI reward.
Ooh, okay. And since we have a GUI reward, so let's get one for Scott.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, and I got an advantage. Apparently he feels a little threatened about the bear rug.
Maybe just a
Okay.
little. And with that, I'm out.
Alright.
Well, you know what that
Thanks for
means.
stopping by.
That means you need to click that button more when it comes up.
Okay. And you said you got an advantage, Marcus?
Yep.
Okay.
See, the best part about all this, Josh, is that I've got an infinite button on my bubbles. I just don't use it because that would be unfair. What do we got?
I will get you that in just a moment.
GUI reward and advantage.
For who?
No, it's the ones I've already marked. Marcus gets the
Okay.
advantage and Scott gets the GUI reward. You get the advantage, I get the disadvantage. And of course, a DMG item for DM. Let's see. No, I'm not gonna mess with it.
Okay. Sorry, I have way too many windows open right this second.
Yeah. I got a few myself.
I have to open one more. Okay, so anything y'all want to do before y'all leave? You have your tribute. Anything else? Okay, then you go off. You will be.
I guess I'll have. Never mind. I was gonna see if Easy could make like a listening stone that we could just plant in his office. But
Well, if you ever got that close to an office.
well, like a crystal listening stone that could be put in as tribute. But never mind.
Ah, that thing's glowing with magic. I wonder what it does. Oh, I see.
A lovely little connection back to an auto gnome. Oh, what can I do with that? Okay.
Is Captain Karras, is he wearing plate here, going here, or is he in a suit?
He is he is not in full armor, but he is wearing a breastplate, and it definitely shows his religion.
Okay.
And he's in the tabard, so he looks presentable.
I will make him on his epaulets. They are the symbol of Charlotte's Web.
Okay.
It's the only thing I made him have to wear if he was going with me.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. You were told to arrive at dusk, and you do, or just after dusk. Just after dusk. You are shown to a parlor where you can wait wait until the activities begin. And there is food there is refreshments in that room. And while you are there, the person that has been introduced to you as Lady Volnavia appears. And Iceling is with Zarl at this point, and with all of you. Iceling, since she is at the Wailing Tower, is not hiding what she is. And so this is a time for Charlotte and everyone else to finally get to meet this elusive person. And we can do that too. But Volnavia comes in and says, "Thank you for coming. It is gracious of you to attend. Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Somebody's demanding attention.
Of course, they always are.
Relax.
Yes.
Who are these people? Point to BT.
Oh, no, I know Tort here. I've seen him down below with the other kobolds. The others?
This is Zarl. He works for me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know we
This
had.
is their puppy. Or at least that's what Zarl keeps calling him. He's got a name. What's your name, little doggy?
Bojango.
There you go. And it's a talking dog. So,
Question: is the doll here?
Yes.
Okay, the doll is probably being carried around by Easy right now, flipping him upside down and trying to figure out how the hell this doll is talking. And at the same time, Z is like, "No, you don't do it like that. Stop! Don't flip him upside down. All this stuffing will go to his head." But how's he talking? I don't know. Let me get those dice rolls too, by the way, in case they end up being.
Let's see. The person over there. Ooh, fine suit, sir. I have to say.
That sucks.
That was Adonis, a Dicky.
I thought I heard my name. Is somebody talking to me?
Hortoxia will say, "This is Adonis."
Adonis, yes.
Yes.
He works for us too.
Yeah,
We put this group together to look at the tunnels.
Yeah, he's not paying much attention. He just heard his name. Most of his attention's on Hatoxia.
Oh.
So, Vanessa, these are the tunnel dwellers for us. They are supposed to map the tunnels for us. But, as you can see, they have found some interesting companions along the way. Or acquaintances.
I see that.
And Volnavia says, yes, I met their acquaintance at the caves of Ordalcus, where Lady Iceland lives. But I am sure that the King Papa will be very glad that you have accepted his invitation. If you would like to, there will not be a great deal of food out during the banquet. This room is for your use if you need to, or have need. There will also be one of the balcony rooms that if you decide you need to get away from the party, it is going to be on the second floor of the ballroom, and it is the blue room that has been set aside with some mortal delicacies if you decide you are thirsty or in need of stuff. And you will easily be able to tell which group it's in.
Is there going to be a time to present tribute to the king?
Oh, you brought tribute. Oh, how wonderful.
Gifts. Gifts.
Yes, there will be a time. We will begin introducing people in approximately 1 hour. As honored guests, you will be one of the last groups introduced. And after that, His Majesty will come in. And yes, at that point, bringing tribute would be an appropriate thing. So, if you have anything, there is a bell over there. There are numerous servants that will be glad to assist you anyway. And you have noticed that there are actually humans here.
Yeah, they're called Thralls.
But there have been some humans here, and there are 2 stationed here in case you need it.
Okay.
And they are in black tabards, with the King in Copper's crest. They also, you might notice they also are branded with that symbol on their neck, but yeah, that's a different thing.
Okay.
On the back of their neck. But if you need anything, you can also send one of the servants to find them. And you've seen Volnavia before. She is decked out this time. Let's see. Y'all are still over here. Let's see.
So, how many guests are coming to this parade?
Well,
Did you say charade?
What's the word I'm looking for?
Soiree?
soiree.
Soiree.
Okay. So, wait a minute. It's a whole different category there. Charade and soiree, 2 different things.
Yes.
You got concerned there for a moment.
Or is it?
I don't see the right picture for her, so I'm not going to pull it out again. Until I need it. But, let's see. Vanessa, say your question again. The charade, but the soiree.
Soiree.
How many people are going to be here? There are going to be a number of His Majesty's loyal council and lords and ladies of Eastern Thaw here. All total, 150.
These questions. How much of that is actually food? What?
Not all of them have embraced undeath yet, but most have.
And they're all from this realm, correct?
Yes, they are all servants, vassals of the King Copper.
Alright. Very good. Thank you.
Is there anything y'all want to do while you wait?
We do some more foreshadowing.
What's that?
Before
Do some more foreshadowing.
Yeah, before long,
Yes.
Easy does put the doll back down on the ground and tries watching to see how it moves on its own accord. Getting a little berated by Z because of, how in-depth he is worried about this doll walking around than anything else in this party. Donis is spending most of his time, like I said, just giving Hadoxia attention. Maybe periodically, rubbing elbows with some of the other lords and ladies. But that's all the prep I got for him.
For her, she's just going to, bounce around on surface thoughts of anybody new that she are unaware of.
Well, y'all are just together. This is your team in this
Oh,
room.
okay.
There's no one else in this room.
Just the
Um,
servants.
Yeah, this is your green room before you are
Yeah.
announced.
When your surface thoughts bounce across Adonis, you move on quickly.
Okay.
Adonis has only got one current surface thought running through it, just several different scenarios that are possibilities currently with the people that are in this room. So you might want to bounce on pretty quick.
Jean-Claude
Didn't know a person could
does
bend
try
that
to
way.
distract you. What do you take of this invitation? I know that you are one who is suspicious by nature.
Yes. It may be, an olive branch of sorts. Or it may be a test on whether or not we are to be feared or destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just
Well, what does your gut tell you?
my gut is kind of telling me that this is a trap, sorts.
He keeps talking. Oh, yes.
Oh no, good.
He nods. He keeps trying to engage,
Okay.
maybe to distract you a little bit from your thoughts.
Okay.
Zara.
Mm-hmm.
Aisling is almost, so giddy. Hold on. It is so giddy that she's giddy with excitement.
Mm-hmm.
This is so exciting. It's my first ball. I can't wait. I've actually been practicing dances.
Really? Hold
Yes.
on a second. Hey, Charlotte, play some ditties. And Charlotte pulls out her lute and starts playing some, probably not appropriate for the setting, but he said ditties. So we're doing some bar ditties in our room.
Okay. And she's trying to waltz to them.
Once I see the waltz going, I'll play the appropriate song.
Okay.
And her and Zara are practicing the first date.
Stay.
Yes.
Stay.
Yeah.
Sit.
Okay. Anyone else have anything else they want to do before announcements?
Charlotte is, after they're practicing their dancing, Charlotte will continue to play and run a gambit of songs from ditties to something very, very elegant. Does not play any of the Char songs.
Gotcha. Probably a good idea.
How long do we have to
An hour.
About an hour.
Good.
Okay.
Or Augury.
Okay.
So he rolls some expenses minutes and he asks, is this banquet going to be dangerous?
Yes.
Oh, great.
It's not yes or no, it's just a yes.
Was coming here a good idea?
No.
No, actually, that would have still got me yes, but, yeah. Okay, after an hour passes, you are escorted to the ballroom. And I have to make sure everyone gets put over. Okay. I always forget to change. These are kind of demarcating how far ahead everyone is moving. Okay. There are people all around here, but I'm going to put, as we go through this, I'll put out people of importance that come and talk with you. You see the guards here? They are large. Each of these skeletal guards is about 13 feet high. And
Here they are.
they very much have a resemblance to Ice King guards
Okay.
for the B team. You notice that this is actually incredible architecture because this entire room is made of marble, a black marble. And it is an arched Gothic cathedral style roof. And there's obviously a balcony also. And I'm going to point you to that in just a moment. But here are columns that go up all the way to the roof. And these columns are made completely of skeleton. And over on the far wall, I just have to open this up. Because I've forgotten his name. Oh, you see the skulls, which actually, I'm not going to make you roll for religion. They are emblems of Belsharun, who is the also known as the Laughing Lich. He is the god of undeath. So you kind of now understand who the patron of this group might be. As you come in, there is a herald who is standing between the doors, and he announces each of you as you come in. All eyes turn to look onto you, including people who are on the balcony. Now, you don't put your character over here. I just want to show you the balcony in case y'all want to move up there at some point. There we go. That did it. With the balcony, you can see that it does overlook the floor, but it's up here where the musicians are, and you have skeletal musicians, and it seems like you can already hear their music from down below. It seems like the chamber has been built acoustically correct, so that from where these musicians are, you can hear their music all over the first floor of the ballroom. And here is the blue room that was mentioned. Okay. So let me move y'all back. And if anyone wants to go up there, they can. And we can just move back and forth. There are also some other rooms where people can sit and talk. As you go in, you see many different people. You see some that are obviously vampires, some who are liches, some who are wraiths, a few whites. There are also humans.
Sulex, you doing all right?
Rail, you doing all right?
Okay, I'm going to move your group up a little. Okay? Because after you, there are a few people who are introduced. do. The first is is Duke Orsino, General of His Majesty's Army, and Death Knight of Valsharoon. Then there is. Oh, do you now see him?
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Well, okay, kind of looks like him, yes. Then there is Countess Eugenia, who comes in.
But Buffer?
Oh, there you go. And finally, a visiting dignitary, a Lisa von Zarovich.
Bum, bum, bum.
Marcus, are you smiling?
No.
But you know her.
Yes.
So, she is a visiting dignitary to this assemblage.
And wait
And let
about
me
that.
resize some people. And let's see. And they come in after.
Is she literally the last one in?
He is the last one in this way.
Okay.
And then the herald blasts again. And oh my god, where is he?
Roll initiative.
Well, you know, she hasn't come over to you yet. My goodness, where did I put?
Well, it's not the person who we thought was going to start the battle.
Where is he?
Strahd.
No. The token I have for the King in Copper.
Oh.
So at some point in time, with this room full of undead, Easy's come up to Rail and is like wrapped something around his arm and starts like pumping a little air bubble thingy. You looked a little stressed. I'm just checking something out. I made this device and it's really weird. It registers pressure in your bloodstream, and he starts pumping it and checking and pumping it. Yep, you're pretty high, I think. Hell, I don't know. He takes it back off, puts it in his bag, and walks away.
Oh,
The
wait.
stench is this place.
Let's see if I find her.
No, no, chill, man. I don't smell anything.
I think the perfect person to cast a spell on somebody. Calm emotions.
Yeah, that would be the actual good time to cast. And put a permanency spell on it.
I learned my lesson. Y'all don't like it when I cast spells on you, so.
Hey, look, she learned a lesson.
Finally.
Now let's roll initiative.
Why?
Because everybody in here is a little wound up, I think.
I mean, if you two are gonna get in a fight, that's you.
Yeah, just give me a few more moments. I know he's in here because I built the dang token for him.
We know that they're living their life as much as we hate it.
Mm-hmm.
They're living their life. We're here to play nice and be civil, and then, immediately attacks Von
Exactly.
Zarovich. It's like, you're on your own there, Chief.
Yeah. And who knows? She might be here just to greet her cousin. Because if I remember correctly, she is your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cousin.
Carl, you got those bands of bindings in case someone does something stupid?
Okay. Since I cannot find the King and Copper in my file, this is so annoying. I had such a great picture for him.
Yeah, you'll find it later when you don't need it.
Yeah, and I'll pull it out later. Okay. Let me get back. I'm just going to use the token for his. I need to quickly create a token out of that out of that emblem I just showed you. Okay. Trumpet blows, and from a side door, from a side door over here, a large figure comes out, accompanied by a woman or what looks to be a woman, who she seems to have ice falling off of her, and there seems to be an icy cloud that follows her. He goes up and sits on the throne, and she goes up and stands to his left. Volnavia, who is with the attendees. Oh wait, actually not Volnavia. A figure you've seen before. An ogre vampire. Follows behind them. And it says, hear ye, my lords and ladies. The court of the King in Copper is now met. We would like, His Majesty would like to welcome all of his vassals to the Wailing Tower for a chance to meet and discuss matters of the kingdom, including the recent orc incursion into the land. We are also here to welcome our newest vassal city, the Dragon's Nest. He says that with a little sneer. We have heard that word has come to us that our newest vassal city has brought tribute to our lord. Would Lady Charlotte approach with this tribute?
So I walk courtly up there as of course, my companion, you know, is guiding me to that direction because
Mhm.
that's proper. When I get up to when I get up to the smiling guy,
Mhm.
um, I look at him and then look away like he is not worth my time. Get up to the um, get up to the stairs, bow accordingly to my station.
Okay.
And since my background is quarter A,
Oh
I
yeah.
know what I should be doing.
Yes. You wait there. Your head bowed. The lady to the left of the king in copper comes down to you, and as she approaches, you feel the cold that is about her. You're not sure if she's living or not.
Okay.
It's really hard to tell, but her skin is a light pale blue. But of course, that could be a water genasi. You know, it, it's hard to tell. Um, she puts out her hand for the box,
With the box,
and
with the scrolls of the books.
she takes it up. She seems strong enough to carry this box on her own, and she presents it to. She puts it on a small table. Um, actually, let me stop. She pauses for a second, and a table of ice appears next to him, and she places the box there, and he looks through it, and I have not seen this before.
Hey, when you
This
get
is
a break,
interesting.
he's ready for bed.
This is interesting. We can take a break in just a moment. Um, Lady Charlotte, you have presented me with some interesting bits of knowledge to consider. Thank you. And when you're looking at him,
Mm-hmm.
he is a skeleton. And it just seems like there are bands of copper that have been meticulously riveted to the skeleton. And then basically hammered into place.
The last comment he does, I smile and curtsy.
I think you and your team, Victor, this is the most appropriate. And murmur, 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 murmur. They all want to know what it is. You know, because he is not showing.
Okay.
Murmur, murmur, murmur. Okay. Um, you are shown back. I mean, the Ice Queen, whatever she is, motions that you can return to your group, and you know courtly behavior. You do not turn your back on him until you are back in the crowd, and so you back up. Once you're back behind the first row of people, you can turn and go back and join your people. The herald then says, "Let the festivities begin," and you hear the band strike up, and you see people getting on the dance floor. And anything y'all want to do before anyone approaches you?
Go get a drink.
Okay, go up to the blue room and get a drink.
Yes.
Well, Jean Claude will be more than happy to escort you up there. Anyone else? And if you want to, Marcus, we'll take a break in just a second.
Okay.
Anyone else want to go up to the balcony, or
Rail
anyone
would
else
also like
engage?
to. Rail would also like to get a drink.
Gotcha. So he will join them. Iceling and Zarl, she dragged you onto the dance floor. There's not a lot of hesitation there. That
Yeah.
She just goes to the dance floor. And let me move her over to her, what she looks like right now. Okay. And I take it you're going out with Retoxia?
Yes, and
Okay. Retoxia.
dancing around.
And
Easy is
she-
being dragged back from. He keeps trying to inch closer and closer to the throne, the high chair there with the king in it.
Mhm.
Because he's got his notebook out and he's drawing in it and he's writing in it, and he keeps looking up at the king. And Z's like, no, 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 no. And keeps dragging him back. He looks like he's trying to figure out how the copper was, put in place, and what kind of rivets was used, and what kind of hammer marks was on it. He is short of going up there and pulling out a tape measure. So Z is trying to keep him from doing so. Keep his curiosity in check somewhat.
Gotcha. Sulak, you do notice that there is a dragonborn who looks to have been mummified, who is also there. Though they're not wearing the, individual wrappings, it's obvious from their appearance, their desiccated appearance, that they were mummified.
Ooh, definitely gonna go talk to them at some point for sure.
Okay.
More interested in learning who this Zanvar or Von Sarovich is.
Yes.
Lysa?
Yes.
Yeah, Lysa.
I've heard that name before, that last name. Hopefully, distract them from seeing their cousin is kind of the gist of while they leave,
Mm-hmm.
Help them out. Let them leave, distract them, that deal.
Okay, so they go up, and you're going to play Wingman.
Yeah,
Okay.
hearing some of the backstory to a degree.
Charlotte and the captain kind of walks away from the group seems to be dispersing, but Captain and Charlotte kind of still walk away just to make sure that she is in place for people to approach.
Gotcha. That's actually a very good way of doing it. Let's see. I think I moved the captain up to the dragon's nest.
I got him.
Oh, you do?
Well, I can't pull him out. Never mind. It's under companions.
Move.
Oh, he's under companions? Ah, that's why. Here he is, and let me give you permission to control him, and I'm going to give you permission to control Retoxia, if it will let me.
Okay.
And is there anyone else? Nope, that's it. That I need to. Oh, and Zarl, I will make sure. Well, Scott, I'll make sure you can also control Iceland, so you don't have to have me moving her around.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, Marcus, if you need to leave, let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. We'll be right back. And we are back with some rather interesting developments.
Yes, during the break, a couple players wanted to put some cards on the Herald's Sneer, as he said their name, or as he spoke about the Dragon's Nest. And so we have an error in judgment. Somebody's better judgment fails. The trouble that causes depends on the specific error that was made. And an impression is made, or an old one reborn. Emotional experiences return to a character affecting action, or something happens that will leave an impression for years.
That was for me when I was dealing with the King and Copper. That was put on me for dealing with the King and Copper.
Okay, so there.
Plus mine on King and Copper.
Okay. Joy. Oh, that's a perfect card.
Oh, lasting impression and joy for the
What was the lasting impression for King and Copper? What did you want to do? That you liked you?
Yeah, that you liked me because of the gifts I gave, and there's something about our situation that we still haven't figured out of why we were allowed to stay and build. That
Yes. Yes. Okay.
But,
well, he definitely has appreciated your gift, and this will make it a little bit stronger.
okay.
And joy, yes, that is going to come into play, and error of judgment will also come into play, because let's face it, you brought a gift that was liked by the King in Copper, and so that sneer is seen in a little bit more of a bad light. Okay, let me pull this out. I just want to make a couple extra notes.
My card is King of Copper's on our side. So when Liza dies and God gets pissed, he'll help send his army to go destroy Strahd.
Is that what your card is?
Well, I'm hoping for. But, you know.
Yeah. You know what they say about wishing and crapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got a wish, but got to save that shit.
You got a couple of them, don't you?
Oh, maybe. Gotta save them for the right time, though.
Okay. Okay. So, Sulak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sulak, you come up to Liza, Lissa. I think it's Lissa. Lissa von Zarovich, as Vanessa and Jean-Claude are trying to make a getaway, and I believe, Rail, you were also going with me. So I'm going to move you over here. So, you're approaching Lady von Zarovich.
Mm-hmm. Give a slight bow. I was not expecting to meet someone of your caliber at such a ball, especially after hearing so much about your family.
Make me a quick persuasion.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my advantages.
Okay. Because when you use advantage, I don't use disadvantage on you, so.
23.
23. Okay. Oh, well, you kind of took her aback on that one. That's not how she expected one of you to start a conversation with her. Thank you, Child of Bahamut, I believe is the name from your realm.
Yes, yes, it is.
And
But we're all here to have a good time and I'm trying to think of the word, mingle, or
I
the
see.
fancier term for that. You are a visiting dignitary.
Yes, I had come in hope of reconnecting with a distant relative.
Oh, may I ask who this might be?
A member of your entourage. A Vanessa St. Clair or Sinclair.
Oh, them, yes, yes.
Oh my.
They told us about the Van Zarovich, or however it's actually pronounced. I just can't.
Vanzarovich sounds good.
Yes. Although I did not know that they were completely family. I thought they were just new of.
She smiles, allowing her fangs to be seen. Oh, she is a blood relative.
I can think I see what's being spelt. But
Jesus.
I'm here to schmooze and, good relations.
There's a lot of funky movement going on there. Is that a new dance?
Yes.
Is that the...
Hither.
Yeah. Is that the only
Somebody's
reason?
using prestidigitation.
Sure.
Oh yes. I've also heard of this keeper and wanted to find out more about this land that he rules so effectively.
He seems to be very fair, from our experience, my experience at least.
How interesting. I've also heard how vicious he can be.
Yes, there was an incident with some orcs that we saw his wrath, we could put it.
Yes. She tentatively takes you by the arm and begins to lead you to the dance floor.
All right.
Do you dance?
You can dance if you
I
want to.
have a time or two.
Leave your
Yes.
things behind.
So, how well do you know my cousin?
Spent time with them, fought alongside them a
Tried
time
to
or two,
smite them a
though
time or two.
we've seen our differences, we've seen eye to eye. Haven't tried to kill each other completely.
Ah, yes, that is our Vanessa. Did she tell you about her fiancé?
I have not heard about such a fiancé, no.
Yes, she, poor dear, had cold feet.
Poor dear, I think, just signed somebody's death warrant.
Oh, I'm going to be, talking, getting all of the blackmail.
Oh, no, I'm not
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about you. I'm talking about the date she brought tonight. I think she just signed his friggin' death warrant.
Why do you think I invited him?
Okay.
Oh. But
Well,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, she was to marry an important noble. But I understand that, he is young and he was just overwrought with emotion. So,
That's what they call it these days.
yes. We thought she had gotten lost in the mist. She was never very well taught on how to travel the mist. And, well, we were so happy to hear that she had found a place here.
Yeah, she did get us lost in the mist a time or two.
She still needs some meaning in that. And she does start dancing.
Oh, of course, yes, and I'll reciprocate and just having a ball of a time.
But yeah, I mean, she's being very open about her relation to Vanessa, and that Vanessa, in a moment of fit, just a fit, just decided to run off into the mist because she was just not yet mature enough to accept the marriage contract.
Can I make an insight check on her belief on that?
Oh yeah.
If she ran off because of that. 26?
Yeah, okay. She may not be 100% honest on that, but yes, Vanessa ran away. But it may not have been because she was immature, but who knows?
Other
I mean,
things.
you know Vanessa.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, it's whatever. Playing
yeah.
civil, having a good time. We're here not to just start a fight. We're actually here to also. We're at a ball.
Yeah. So,
Like-
yeah, and she's actually not being aggressive. You kind of, with that insight roll, you kind of get the feeling she's being on her best behavior as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably, like most of the vampires here, they probably would not mind just ripping your throat out. But there's somebody sitting on a throne that they're all afraid of.
Perfect.
So, and that's another thing with that level of insight. You can see that everyone, every so often, just glances up at the King of Copper. Okay. For our three going upstairs, I'm just going to come back to you for a minute. I'm going to move you three upstairs. Let's see. Make sure I have all of you. Rail is going to be over here. Come on. Why are you not doing this? I'm reading them out and it doesn't want to stay there. It doesn't want to give you access. It's not wanting to put them there.
Are you on the upstairs map?
I'm trying to put you out there.
Okay, because we're still on the old map. The
Yeah,
downstairs
I
map.
know.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I'm just... Hey, Dan, how do I do this again? Because I'm obviously messing it up.
Trying to move an individual.
Yeah.
Drag their name from the bottom up to the map you want.
Okay. That was what I was doing wrong. I wasn't doing it from the bottom. There we go. So y'all can pull yourselves out, and I'll bring Jean-Claude out.
Okay. And I'll have Bojangles. He kind of senses the uneasy that Vanessa has going on.
And so you go to the blue room. And Rail, if you want to come over to the blue room also. Because you can see the upstairs, right? Okay. So yeah, you can put yourself over here too. So Jean-Claude looks at you. Why the sudden exit?
Well, I've told you a bit of my past, and Well, the lady that was last announced at arrival, that is my cousin.
Ah, um, your cousin. Um, why is she here?
That I do not know. I wasn't even aware that. Well, I don't even know if she saw me or not. But I left the mist because, well, let's just say one of the nobles of the realm, after she killed her husband, I pretty much was the only thing in her way of power, so the hunt for his bastard child was, yeah. So the father, what's his name? My father Lucian hid me away, under the cult of the Morning Lord, and when Uncle's minions came knocking around, he got worried and took me to the Byzanti. And that was where I was raised and became one of them. Hid away.
I see. So is it this cousin that wishes you dead for power?
No. She is a Von Zarek. Lady Watcher, Vactor, however you want to pronounce. Yeah, Watcher. You know those old children's stories with the evil stepmother?
Yes.
Yes, that's pretty much how things went.
I see.
But my existence is a mark on her status, I guess. Whatever these rich royalty types.
You know, what could be done to remove you from her clutches? Or from
Well-
her eye?
Well, I thought that she assumed I was dead already, but who knows what. And I may be just overthinking it all.
I mean, he did type out "kill her," so I mean that would definitely remove her from her eyes.
Yeah, I mean, well, why don't you speak to this?
Because if they don't know I'm still alive or know where I'm at, then showing myself would not be a good idea.
I see. Well, I'm sure that there are other ways for you to avoid this woman. This, I dare say she is some type of creature.
She is a vampire.
Even.
Yes,
I
she's
see.
a vampire.
So it seems as if. Well, I mean, how long have you been away?
Good 10 years, perhaps?
Well, maybe we can find a way of ending this threat on your life. Relithel, do you have any ideas of how we might do this? So,
This is quite the task, no?
Yes. No ideas?
Not quite this second. My mind's occupied with other things. The surroundings, they're distracting.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
But everyone came under a banner of peace here, so unfortunately, my ideas would not go over too well for here. Perhaps if she was out in the wild, that may be a different story.
Okay. Well, we are going to come back and in a lull in the music. Let me remove the Nessa from here. And we have lots of rails.
But we'll go towards the railing to where I can kind of see her and Sulax and try to dive into her mind if possible.
What's your range? Looking at it, you're about 100 feet away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There would be a range on that. Wait. What sorcery crap do I have? Oh, subtle and crooked. No. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard. If they come back around, she will. Let's see. Okay, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Zarl and Icelink are coming off the dance floor at the same time you are. And coming up to you is Countess Eugene with a small smile. She says, "Ah, Lady Icelink, I am so glad that you were able to join us tonight. This is your first ball, is and hanging on to Zarl, she says, "Oh, yes, and this is my knight who is accompanying me, Dar. Ah, how precious."
Thank you, I sure am.
Yeah. Now, when you look at her, her skin is very gaunt. It's very tight around her face and neck. But as you keep looking, you start to realize that the skin doesn't necessarily fit the underlying bone features. Yes, yes. Well, we all were wondering, I think, if you were going to come out of your cloister and join us and enjoy the activities of King and Copper, our Lord. Oh, yes, yes. This is the first time I've come out, and I'm very happy to. Oh, you're such a precious child. Anyone want to interject as she's talking?
Oh yeah, Charlotte comes up to actually talk to her because she's feeling the disdain. As she walks up though, she gives Zarl a look,
Mm-hmm.
and he does does a real quick nod, and as Charlotte distracts her, Zorro will pray to Char real quick, and then decide if there's anything on her person that is worth taking. Whether
Oh,
it's not
yes.
or not, it's still going to be taken.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you will find something that
Yeah.
you could take from her.
They're,
Okay.
they're just like
So Charlotte, you come over.
So, Countess, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, yes. And it is nice to meet you. It is correct, Lady Charlotte.
Yes, my dear.
Yes. Yes. It is only the first time we've met, and I've only heard your name twice this evening. You seem to have provided the king and copper a picture of appreciation.
It was suitable, yes.
I just wonder who you may have talked to find out what my interests are, Lord.
Well,
Was it that Ronavia?
I talked to her. She was the one who gave me my invitation, my dear.
I see.
But, I mean, do you not see the insights of our good Lord, the King Gaga? To not know what he might perceive as a gift worthy of him.
Oh, well, I think I see what you are saying. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Oh, well, yes. Yes, I guess a clever mortal might get of some of his interests and hobbies.
Yes. I have found that the King in Copper has very interesting points, that is true.
I see.
And you, my dear, where is your domain?
It is north here. There was once a small town. In the northern reaches of Thar, it is. Sorry, I have to pull up right now. Because I always mess up the name of this place. There is a town north of here known as Lister. It is in the foothills of the Galena Mountains. It is still within the barrows of Thar, where there are many, many who are interred. And I have a tower close to there at the meeting of two rivers, and that is where I have ruled her. While technically not in the lands of Thar, it is still within the domains of the Whale Town.
Hmm. If you are interested, we are trying to establish trade routes amongst all of the king's um, servants.
Oh, how interesting. You're seeking to increase trade.
Of course, why not?
I find that fascinating. What do you think I might need?
Well, there's always knowledge in books that some have not seen in many generations.
And you have access to some of these.
Yes, and we also have access to certain magic.
I see. Yes, well, I think most people here have access to certain magic.
Ah, that's true, that's true, that's true. But some that hasn't been seen in the land in a while.
Ah, now you do have me intrigued, my Lady Charlotte. The the town I spoke of yesterday is one that has come and gone, most recently gone yet again.
The orcs.
Well, among others, yes. It is there is a trade route between Glister and Mourvant, which is on the coast of the Moon Sea, and there is a trail that cuts through far. This is, in many ways, the demarcation between our liege's lands and what the orcs claim as their own. Really, it's not a road as much as it's a trail that goes through this area. Glister is a town, as I said, that has come and gone. Truthfully, there are more ghosts there than there are people at even two. There have been more massacres there than one can keep track of. But I usually do not concern myself with people when in the danger show up. But you do propose something interesting, and something I did not consider, and that is that you might have a resource.
We have established ourselves pretty well now. If you wish to send a representative,
Yeah,
we gladly entertain.
I thought though that our type were not permitted within your team, except for certain exceptions of your manservants.
You can make exceptions, they just have to follow the rules. I would not like to send your representative's head back to you without the rest.
No, they would be very. They would bear themselves in the proper way.
And we can always, we have got to, because of the restrictions of the castle, we have set up a little outpost outside of the castle that we do handle trade from. Because of the restrictions and the guarantees that King Copper have put in place.
Yes. I will send someone then to discuss this matter with you. By chance, do you happen to have access to Candle?
We have gone there once and do have availability to go there again.
That brings even more interesting thoughts. You've given me much to consider this night, Lady Charlotte. We shall speak again.
I walk over to what's the witch's name?
Can you count
I walk over to Isaac. So don't let those that I promote treat you with disrespect.
Oh. She was?
Zara will explain it to her. And Zara does. Gotcha.
Okay.
Did you need a roll from Zara?
Yes, I do need a sleight of hand roll.
Okay. So, just the meaning of the didn't know his
Character sheet up.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm not good.
Okay.
So that's a 32.
Oh my god. Okay. You get it. She had on her belt what looked to be a crystal, like a plant that was a crystal, and you grabbed that from her.
Okay.
And I'll tell you more about it later.
Okay.
Okay. Adonis. As you and Hatakia leave the dance floor, there. Now, y'all haven't given the message from the mummy to King Copper yet, have you?
That's one of the things I wanted to do with the private.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: with my courtly knowledge, is it better to be done in private or better to be done in public?
Oh, this type of thing, public would be fine.
Okay, so at some point I will approach the steps to go to deliver the message.
Okay. Sounds good. I need to change her into her right outfit for tonight. Let's see. Well, so Adonis, as you and Hypoxia leave the dance floor, a man comes up to you. He is Duke Orsino. You are one of the beings, or you are two of the beings that live within this dragon, correct?
Yes, we do. They're very accommodating.
Yes. I am Duke Orsino.
It's a pleasure.
I have been curious. Your kind is not normally welcome in a mortal settlement.
Correct.
What is different about this settlement?
Well, short of not chasing us with pitchforks and trying to kill us as we walk through the front gates, they're just more amenable to our kind. They don't seem to judge us based off of our appearance, I suppose is the best way to put it.
Is it true that there are many different types of beings?
Well, yes, and there's several different versions of them here with us this evening. And he starts pointing around the room at those who came with him. Well, like we have the gentleman over there, the awakened dragonborn, skeletal remains of a dragonborn, of course. The hound, it's awakened and is able to speak as if it were a normal individual. And of course, that doll that seems to be walking around here is just a reincarnated person as well. And then, I mean, it's not even to mention the ones who actually brought the cube together to begin with. The mechanical little whatever that is over there. I'm still kind of confused about that. And the others, well, there's others there as well. I believe this. I don't want to get into too much of exactly what lives there, because that's more of their concern, and I just really hate to wear out welcome by speaking out of turn, as it were.
I see. But your deal with the King and Copper, your contract with him, forbids our kind from entering.
Oh, that is a question for someone of a higher standing in the complex than myself. I'm rather new to the place. I heard they were welcoming, and the young lady here next to me was welcomed with open arms. So I took a chance, and I mean I was welcome as well. But as far as any dealings they have with, the Lord up there on the dais, you'll have to speak with, I believe it's Lady Charlotte is the one who, I believe is the one in charge. I think she's more the mouthpiece, if you will, for the complex.
I see. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if any other questions that I am able to answer, I am more than welcome to do so. But that is one that I have no privy to. I'm sorry.
I see. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. And he turns and, after nodding to both of you, he turns and walks away. Let's see. And he will come find some other people in just a bit. Volnavia. I'm gonna move you over here to Ford. Volnavi, who is dressed in white and has this elaborate gold headpiece on. It is Tor, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It's Dora.
There is one who would like to meet.
Oh, and who is this?
Will you follow me?
I'll do as best as I can. My time's limited.
She slows her pace so that you keep up with her without a problem. And she looks Charlotte, you can see that she looks even more elegant walking slowly. This is one of the that you do it. As you approach, this lady comes down. Tor, let me introduce you to Lady Fire. Make me a religional.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very 20.
Okay. You believe she is an arcane caster, but she also bears the symbols of Auril on her. Auril is also known as the Frost Maiden, the Ice Dawn, the Goddess of Winter, the Frost Fight Queen, etc. So, yeah, Tool, I wish to speak to you.
What do I know? I'm a follower of the Queen of Winter.
Oh, you have a clear eye. I wanted to ask who created you.
She has a name that I have not made up yet.
Okay. Well, let's create a name for her.
Yeah.
Okay. What is she?
She is a human, for sure.
Okay. Do you consider, was she a wizard?
Yes. She was also
more on the witchy side?
Yes.
Okay. Then we will have her be Maud White. Right. I will paste this in here so we have it. Maud White.
And her symbol carry on me is that of a golden star, but the center is blacked out.
Okay.
You know, it's got little designs kind of chiseled into it, but I think it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone knows of her, they will recognize her by that symbol.
Okay.
That's her first.
Okay. She looks at you and said, "Were you an apprentice of Montfox?"
Well, you know, I didn't start out that way when I was first created, but it turns out I have a knack for learning magic. And so she
Yes.
took me as her apprentice.
I see. And she awakened.
No, she did not awaken me. She had been given a task to revive the body of a dead noble. It had only been dead a couple of days, so it should have worked. But something happened. Stars misaligned, their magic flopped, and suddenly I came to life. Though I had no idea who I was, but I know my name, and it's Torb.
I see. That was clever of Mont. Yes. I suspected you were made by one of the Night Sisters.
Night Sisters?
Yes. They have a chant for dolls. They use dolls in a great many of them. They're not who you think they are necessarily. They are a group of spellcrafters that were born of path.
Ooh, I wouldn't use that word when it comes to mod.
Oh no. I'm saying what their mothers were.
Well, now you're
The
just being
sisters.
rude.
Well, their the sisters are not all like them.
I see. I must admit this is news to me. You're mostly focused on the teaching me magic and sending me out on menial tasks.
Well, yes. Well, that is what one does with apprentices. And now you find yourself in a very interesting place.
I sure do. Can't let Maud down, which is why it's very interesting to have met you.
Yes. If you use the name Siren, she knows who I am. And I might visit you at this practice. My lord says it is a rather interesting place.
That's awesome. Maud also had an interest in that place, which is why she sent me as her emissary. It means I can help gather more people, all the better.
Yes.
Perhaps we may even exchange arcane knowledge.
Oh, well, yes. We can easily do that. Though I must admit mine moves more closely to the magics of winter.
Well, luckily for me, I'm not necessarily affected by temperatures in this form.
That is a very beneficial trait.
Yeah, but it also means that my reaction time is incredibly low.
Imagine. But you are a very well-crafted being.
You keep saying well crafted, but I was a freak incident.
Well, yes. Well, yeah, that is what Maud says. That it was a freakish accident. but well crafted nonetheless. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And she walks back up the dais and says something privately to the king in copper. And then she leaves the dais and goes back through the door over here that they first came out. And I didn't pull her up for y'all, but let's see. I'll give inspiration if y'all can figure out what she was based on. Or who she was based on.
Who's this, though?
The Winter Witch.
I mean,
Narnia?
No.
no, not the Ice Queen.
I think he's gonna show us.
I am trying to find it. I closed off the folder I had been using. Oh, come on. Stop it. This is one of the few that when it worked out, it really changed the person somewhat, but you might be able to guess. Can you see her?
Yeah.
It looks like Nicole Kidman.
No, it's not Nicole Kidman.
Then I have no idea.
I don't know why, but something about the shape of the hair and stuff was giving me like hair. Is that her name?
Who?
From Thor, the sister.
Hell.
Helena?
There
Oh.
we go.
No, look,
Is that
it's
who you're
more
thinking?
80s.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay.
More 80s.
Yeah.
Eurythmics?
Close. I'll give you a hint. Call me.
That doesn't give me a hint.
Oh, then turn your gay card in.
Ooh.
Oh. No, that's just.
Cher. I mean, that's 70s, 80s, 90s.
I mean, what does the Kinsey Six say about her? That, you know, she'll be around when the only cockroaches are left to hear her. It's Debbie Harry.
Yep, I never would have got it.
I'm not a big person into music.
I was thinking it looked more like a version of Cruella de Vil from the newest movie, but
That
That's what
could
I
be
was
too.
thinking.
That could be too.
but when you
Okay.
said 80s, I said nope. I'm not making any more guesses.
Okay, so let's see. Let us go back up to Vanessa. So Sulak, you get to know her a great deal more. With let me just say this before I go back up to Vanessa. She is a predator. There is no two ways about it. Not much more you can. Well, except she is definitely here in search of Vanessa.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you want to make an introduction?
I was thinking about it actually, but I figured if Vanessa was going to do some other stuff, I might not for now, because it's obvious that she knows that she's here, and that she
Yeah.
knows we're with the group. So there's no point in hiding it.
Okay, Vanessa, anything you are going to do while you're upstairs? Jean-Claude has continued to try to distract you a little bit from worrying about her, while also trying to gain information. You give me an insight roll for Vanessa. I mean, you get the feeling he is trying to problem solve. You're muted.
In Zoom.
It's a typical man. He's trying to solve problems instead of just listening.
Exactly. No, I mean, no, it's exactly what it looks like he's doing. I mean, he's listening, but he's also in that problem-solving mode.
You wouldn't happen to have any kind of like disguise spells? Aren't you like a bard or something along those lines?
Oh, yes. If you need me to, I could place an illusion over you.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
not in a dancing mood, but it's best that.
No, I'm just sorry that your evening has been disrupted this much. I mean, it seems that if she is on your trail, she will continue to look for you.
Yes, but like I said, if we catch her in the wilds, then perhaps accidents happen.
But tonight,
yes,
it's avoidance.
yes. Don't want to gain the wrath of the Copper King just yet.
It's the King in Copper. Get it right.
Yes. Actually, Jean-Claude said, you mean the King in Copper.
Either or, same thing.
Tomato, tomato, right?
Nope.
That time,
Yes, sir.
there is a commotion downstairs.
Of course there is.
We'll go run and see what the commotion's about.
Okay.
We'll go at the edge.
I am going to move you back over so you can see everything that happens, since you're now looking over the edge. Okay. You get over to the edge, and you see a rather large, not that large. Again, he's medium-sized, but at the very edge of medium size. A ghoul. And he is accompanied by 10 other ghouls. And when the herald comes up, the ghoul, who appears in a crown, just pushes him away. And he shouts out, "King in Copper, why have you neglected me, Ilsfar, the king of the ghouls? How dare you ignore my right to I'm going to move some of y'all because you see that everyone is just moving out of the way. Not just you, but every being in this room is moving out of their way.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna move too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not actually in line yet. Let me just move you all back.
Don't make
Except
sure I'm
for
not anywhere
one
between the king
person.
and this guy, because I do not want to get hit by mistake.
Yeah. The only person that
Goes
doesn't
over
leave
here.
is Duke Orsino. The Herald begins to move forward to, or well, the Ogre Vampire moves forward to say something, but he stops as there is a laugh from the throne behind him. King of Fools, in your little tin crown, you barge into my castle. And demand of me something you don't deserve. You are carried. And this bolster, this obviously does not sit well with Aisling, the king of the self-proclaimed king of fools. I have my forces. They are here with me. Oh, good. I am sure my knight could bloody their axes a bit. And that really writes him. And he starts to say something to incant a spell. When he is grabbed by an unseen force and yanked up to the dais, and he is flat on the ground when he gets there. As I've said, you are nothing but carrion. You have defiled the graves which are under my protection. And he says from on the ground, but they are just dead. They are not like us. You are not like us, says the King Copper. You are the clerics of the sun gods may classify you as undead, but you are carried. That is all. And he tries to resist and stand up, and is unable. The King Copper actually gets up, stands up, and comes over and puts a foot on this guy's back.
Oh, hope you're not expecting any of us to stop it.
Amongst us, he says, there are two that may be interested in my next proclamation. Ulak, Paladin of Bahamut. Raelithel, Hunter Raelithel. Please step forward.
Step forward, yes. To wherever he would want.
Yeah. The ogre vampire will direct you.
Okay.
So you move up.
Charlotte,
wherever.
Charlotte will be behind, a few steps behind him.
Okay.
Just, yeah, they're, because they're her people.
And I should say Duke Orsino during this time has also made his way up. And Duke Orsino, go on and pull yourself back out if you're not there, because I think you're upstairs.
Move up here.
So go on up here. Duke, we're going to pull you up here.
Thank you.
And Duke Orsino, take heed of this as well. Knight of Bahamut and Raelithel, Hunter of the Night, I give you permission to hunt and kill any ghouls you might find in my. And there's obviously a protest coming from the king of ghouls. Duke Orthino, your men can also follow suit. Please, remove this pestilent carrion from our land. And I will even give a bounty for every ghoul. He looks down at him. You're not worth this much. But for every ghoul head you find, whoever the bounty hunter might be can claim 5 gold for each head. And as he does this, you can see the body under him is not staying stable. He hasn't said anything, but the body begins to dissolve under him. And you can hear the screams of this group. Maybe this will help you. He looks directly at Raelithel. Maybe this will help you meet your hunger, your desire. And you kind of get the feeling he knows you've been hunting undead.
Trying to keep a straight face.
He then picks up his foot, the skeletal foot, and just kind of flicks it so that the ichor is coming off of him. And he looks back at the ghouls, which are now blocked from exiting. Duke Orthino, make an example. And any other ghouls you might find outside. And Duke Orthino, swiftly, moves off. And exit the room. He will probably come back later.
Yeah, you know.
And King Copper stands back up.
Before he goes back up the dais,
Mhm.
okay, my king, I apologize. I meant to give this to you earlier. This is and I get Zarl is somewhere back in the crowd, but close enough that when he sees Charlotte move, he knows he may be called by. So he walks up too. I've been informed a servant of yours request or this note to be given to you. Something about a mummy on a crypt that was broken into.
The ogre takes the letter and passes it up to King Copper. And he reads it. Well, it seems you've gone beyond your service. It seems some of your agents have aided and restored a tomb.
They had those commands if they ran into that situation.
And they have also, from what I've heard, met our dear Lady Iceland.
Yes, Zarl has a unique relationship, it seems, with her.
Very good. Very good. Yes, he is a welcome member of our court. And I'm glad she has come.
Dragon's Reach is here for your service, sir.
He just looks at you.
Well, you think he's looking at you. He doesn't have any eyes, so it's kind of hard to tell.
You are welcome. And I again for your service. And goes up and motions for his heralds to come up, and comes back down. Says, Lady Charlotte, the king, and he is now a lot more
Respectful.
contrite toward you, respectful to you. And he says, the Queen Copper will be sending something to you to thank your agents for this boon they have given. And then he goes back and resumes his station.
So instead of walking back to my paladin, I walk over to the likeness of the god. I bow, and I pray to Shar and go, is there a song appropriate to show respect?
Okay, give me. Oh, let's see. Give me a religion roll.
Yeah, okay.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, not too bad.
Okay, a tune comes to your mind. And I think you play it.
Play it or sing it, whichever one it is that.
Well, yeah, you'll be playing and singing.
Okay, so yes.
So,
I'll do
yeah, you do that. And you get a round of applause when you are done. And
yeah, Charlotte is showing out tonight.
oh yeah, I can understand. Afterwards, when you are coming back, Volnavia will approach you and say,
I can't resist. Nice outfit.
huh?
Nice outfit. And I do say that with a snide
Well, thank
comment.
you. I may introduce you to my tailor, or my seamstress. That was very appropriate, very respectful. Deity have worked together.
And mine seems to want that connection still.
It seems like it. And Jesus, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Before you go,
Yeah.
besides the Duke, could you introduce me to people at the court that I should?
She will be more than happy to do that. And after this has happened, nicely move Zarl away. Comes up to Zarl. She is very upset.
What's wrong?
But she says,
The word
Charlotte
bitch.
called her bitch.
Yes.
I was wanting to slap that face off her.
Well, I was going to give this to you later, but here, and wherever it's appropriate to put it upon her, I put the crystal somewhere prominent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I tell her, now you can go and tell Miss Bitch hello again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I go, I'll go with you.
Okay.
Let's see what occurs.
Okay. So y'all are working on getting back over there. Vanessa, upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Rail has left you, and actually, before I go on, Rail and Sulak, is there anything you wanted to say to the King Copper before all this ended?
That is a fair proposition, and I'm sure we will happily take it.
I don't know what you mean about these cravings, but if these ghouls are this much trouble to you, then we will certainly hunt them down.
Thank you both. Yes, he, the Herald waves you away, and Vanessa, you've seen all this. You do notice, Lysa, let me make sure, von Zarovich
Mm-hmm.
looks up at your general direction.
Down.
And smiles.
Okay. So does it seem like she's seen through the illusion?
You kind of get a feeling that she is.
I kind of fade back from the railing to come out of view. Alright, look to Jean. Well, shit. She knows I'm here. And apparently your disguise does not work.
I'm so sorry. I did not suspect that she might have. Well, I don't know what power she does possess.
I don't know. It's been over a decade or so since I've seen her last. Who knows what she's learned since then.
It's okay. When the message gets packed, you're dead. Don't worry about it.
So, anything going on with the EZ?
That's... Easy's disappeared. He's probably... I think right now he's gotten bored with the particulars of the fancy party. Because there's nothing shiny to take that's not, like, attached to somebody. That, there's no silverware or nothing like that because, nobody's eaten. The doll is still a conundrum, but, I mean... Easy can't very well cut it to pieces and find out what's making it tick because that would be apparently wrong according to Z. So he's inside his portable hole working on whatever project he was currently working on.
Does he hand off the portable hole to somebody?
Yeah, Z's walking around with it.
Okay.
Z seems to be a little more grown up, I guess. He doesn't seem like a kid running around with the adults. So he'll carry the portable hole and then he'll walk around and he'll just, make cordial conversation with those who approach, if anybody approaches. If not, he'll just...
Actually, a few do, because, they're not familiar with auto. And so they're curious about you being a constant.
Yeah. I am technically a construct. They call us autognomes. We're created by dwarves. At least that's what I was told we're created by. I don't know. I kind of like...
Was it an insult to the gnomes then?
I never bothered to ask. They just created us to do work and stuff for them, and then I guess some of us got a little more knowledgeable of things and went out on our own. Easy said he just followed Charlotte through some portals and that's how he got here. I just appeared here one day next to Easy because, he drew some weird card. I don't know.
I see. So you are not awakened, or self-awakened?
Yeah, no, we're not. Autonos are not like those other like what? Not like Easy's. Oh, you don't know about him. Okay, Easy's got a dog hound direwolf type whatever. It's a construct as well, but it's not sentient. I guess is a proper phrase to use. Like we are. No, we're not awakened. I don't think we're awakened. I don't remember being awakened. He seems a little scatterbrained to begin with as far as their origin. So he will ramble on about it for a little while.
And actually, who you're talking to is a lich, and he seems to be very interested in the concept of an awakened construct or a sentient construct. And
you might want to talk to Easy then. Easy's all about building things and maybe eventually building something that is sentient. The closest thing he's got right now is his hound, but it still follows commands and has to be told what to do. So maybe hold on. And he pulls out a napkin and starts unfolding it, sticks it over his head. You can't hear anything because he's inside his portable hole talking. And then he pulls it back out in front of him, and you see another Autonom's head pop up. Huh? What? Oh, this one? You want to talk about awakened constructs, right?
Yes, I've always had a fascination with constructs. I have generated a number of them over my...
You want to come in?
Well, yeah.
So Z starts unfolding it bigger so somebody else can actually step in. It's like,
He will come in.
I will, I'll hold on to it for you. I guess I'll just hold on to it. He's already gone. He folds it back up, puts it in his...
He will stay in your workroom for a while talking to you.
Yeah, he'll show off his hound. He'll go through some of the other like parts and stuff that he's worked with to try to, because he's got parts for like a humanoid version, but decided to go with more of the canine version to like use it like a mount like before. So he'll discuss how he came across this, what kind of material he's using for this, and different theories he has to put a sentience into it, because he's of a mind that eventually he can improve his own physical being by creating his own body and being able to go into it himself.
Well, you find out that you were talking to a lich known as Gomdok. That's the name he goes by. And he is well over 2,000 years old. And you find out through discussions with him that he is an artificer wizard also, and has he talked about the golem that he has created, or the construct that he has created.
No.
He has done a large number of necromantic constructs.
Oh, and when he mentions that, Easy will start talking about the biomechanoids that he encountered on their travels. You had a different name for it, but that's all he calls it.
That's what it is, basically. So, and where are they working on these?
Well, first we walked into Charlotte's room, and then in the mist, and then into a building, and ran into these weird people who had been there for like a long time, and one of them was creating them to use for entertainment.
I see. So they were not flesh golems, but some type of biological...
Yeah, they were kind of biological. And then, of course, we have that other guy that we deal with, and he'll mention Squidworth a little bit because of the bio-artificer there.
Huh.
Easy has no filter, so he will spout out everything he knows as far as this is concerned because it interests him. So if there's anything he wasn't supposed to say, you can bet he's probably said it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like secret Phil.
It's like, and I mean, you know, then we got Squidward we dealt with. See, and who's the one that calls him Squidward? Vanessa or somebody else?
I think Vanessa calls him Squidward.
Well, he'll actually call him by his real name. I just.
Oh, this is
Players.
Marcus.
Calls him.
And then, of course, there's this guy that runs Vanessa around all the time. He calls her. No, Easy's not going to break no fourth walls here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you and he, in many ways, hit it off because you have a common interest, and you're also not fleshy, so you're not a mortal. So he seems more comfortable with you. Okay. So, we will come back out of the portable hole, and we're getting close to time. So I want to end. I want to do a few more things. Liza is coming over to Sulak and asking Sulak to escort her upstairs, where she is going to
Yes.
visit with Vanessa.
Yes.
And there's one scene with Lady Eugenia, or Princess Eugenia, we need to finish. Y'all mind going just a little bit long tonight?
No, that's fine with me.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So, first of all, Sulak and, let me just go on and move
Would I
Sulak.
hear or see them coming up the stairs?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Vanessa and Sulak will be upstairs.
I will start walking down the wall.
Okay. You walk down the wall, or you walk underneath the balcony and then down.
Yeah.
And she comes up with Sulak, and Sulak, just go on and put yourself in the blue room,
Gotcha.
because that's where she's going to go. Because she knows that is where the humans have been going. And she comes in, and Rail is not there because he was downstairs. But she comes in and she sees the dog and this man. Please excuse me, I thought Miss Vanessa Sinclair was up here. And Jean-Claude says, "Oh, you just missed your friend. Please, would you like to have a seat?" And she said, "Oh, thank you." And so actually you can come and join them.
If you wish, I could try and find Vanessa.
Oh, if you would, that would be marvelous.
So, Vanessa, what is an item that you wear that you almost never take off?
Item that I wear that I never take off.
Yeah. Like, do you have a specific item that is known amongst the party that you don't take off? Like some. Do you still have that cursed item that you can't take off? What was it? A ring? Or something that you put on that you could not take off?
Oh, that necklace? I think that got broken with the spell.
Okay. Well, whatever.
But I do have my family signet ring that you notice I've always worn.
Okay. I'm going to cast Locate Object.
It seems to be right underneath you.
It seems that we have missed her, but it seems that she is on the dance floor currently. I think, well, right underneath us, as in, because it, I believe, points me in a direction. It's within 1,000 feet.
Well, it's actually not directly beneath you. When you're on, the rooms that y'all are actually beyond the columns. They were beyond the columns. So she would be,
Well, it came down and went underneath the balcony.
yeah. So she's
You're
underneath the
hanging
balcony.
underneath the balcony.
Yes. On the floor of the ceiling of the balcony? If that makes
So yes, strangely enough, it's
And you hear this weird little voice go, why are you up there?
yeah. I'm going to ask Jean-Claude or whatever his name is. Yeah, Jean-Claude Flamand. Where did she happen to go? It seems that she's not far away, but we did not pass her.
She went back over toward the balcony. I did not see beyond that. She, looking at Lisa, she said, she is very concerned about you. That there was a relative that wanted her dead, and Lisa says, you should keep up with family matters. But that you said she is underneath the banister. Well, that would not be that difficult. And she, excuse me, turns into smoke, and then appears right next to Vanessa. Well, not next. By the cousin.
Yes.
How have you been? We've all been so worried about you.
Life has been peachy until now. What brings you to this realm?
Well, you have not heard about family gossip in so long.
Well, I haven't been part of the family in so long.
Well,
Why should it concern me?
Well, your father was a little hasty. I don't think he fully understood all the nuances of what was happening. But that is what you get. Because your father was mortal, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you get when a mortal tries to understand the going-ons of their battles. I was hoping to find you, and one of the Vishtani mentioned that you were here in this realm. And after some discussion, we narrowed your location down. You see, we had some prospects.
Of?
Well, our liege had decided that it would be good and beneficial for the overall family if you were to wed.
Well, unfortunately, I'm already betrothed to the man upstairs.
Oh, you are?
Poor man.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Then please, introduce me to him so I can find out more about him.
I'd rather not. He's...
Oh, but Strahd would be so unhappy and would have to come here personally, I did not provide him with a full report.
Well, and Strahd is cursed. I don't really see him actually leaving the realm of Ravenloft.
Well, yes, he might not, but Alban or Ulrich or Dr. Wood might come in his stead. He can still see through their eyes.
Very well. And I will walk back up. As I'm walking back up, I will send a telepathic message to Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Just go with it.
Okay.
And I was walking. Yeah, it's like, oh, my patrol, I'm sorry I left. It's such a rush. And I'll go sit on his lap and give him a kiss.
I'm just going to bring him down here. So,
Okay.
I was like, what
yeah.
the fuck?
Oh, you two are an item now.
Oh, well, it is a pleasure to meet you. And what was your name? And he says it again. You know, Jean-Claude Clement. Yes. Vanessa and I are betrothed. And when is the happy day? And he looks at you, and then he goes, tonight.
Oh, I knew you had a surprise. You're such a TV.
Yes,
It's
there
all
are
right.
so many clerks out here. Why not?
Well,
And,
If
we
you
are so
need,
lucky.
yeah, I was going to say, if you need somebody, this is a surprise, but I will happily wed you two. I can perform a sacrament.
oh, well, if you would. And, she goes, well, I will have to tell Strahd the news that, you have found true love.
But of course, this first time he spoke to me in the tavern, it just took my breath away. Literally, I can't even breathe.
Okay. We will go from there back over to Zarl, in Iceland, as they come to,
You need
Countess
deception or anything like that, or?
Oh, if you want to.
You roll a 6.
Let's face it, she believes you're already wrong. She doesn't believe that anything's going to really happen. And, you know.
Solex is serious about wedding you two, though.
Yes.
Like, I think there's a thing, but I don't know if she knows that you're not lying, so we could just make this a real thing, and yeah, it's fine.
So what's that make your total, Marcus?
That if I rolled a 6,
Yes.
12.
Alright, I'll remove that 6 from my divination list.
Okay.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
And you are. You're being very helpful. Thank you. Iceland goes up and says, Countess Eugenia, we must talk. And you place this gem just right next to her neck, or sorry, on her front. And Eugenia just looks at her. How dare you? Worthless. She starts going on a tirade.
And I'm whispering in her ears, in her ear, everything that she's saying to let her understand how it's being
An insult.
Yeah.
And Iceland is actually kind of maturing in this moment because she's not taking the bait. and she finally just says, Countess Eugenia, you're a bitch, and slaps her, and the skin kind of moves a little bit. At about that time, Lunavia showed up. And says to Countess Eugenia, my dear Countess, you were warned once. And Eugenia's look kind of falls a little bit. And Lunavia turns and walks up toward the throne, and Eugenia falls behind her.
Zorro takes her and goes, "Come on, let's go."
And she stands in front of the king. He comes down just a little bit. And looks at her and says, have you been beaten by your own game at last? And she just looks at him, and anyone near enough, can see that she has kind of a snarl on her face. And he then says, first, let's get rid of this mat. Let's do that. And he takes the skin and just rips it off of her. And you see a lich standing. The skin obviously is skin. You know, he made a skin suit. But how to punish you? I have a way. With Sir Sulak, please approach.
Of course.
Now it's Sir Sulax? What the hell?
Hey, I'll take a title.
He pulls out from, or he goes back up to his throne, and he pulls out a box. And as he comes back down, he opens it and pulls out an elaborate and beautiful necklace. And Eugenia, how? Oh, you're not too careful. And he motioned to Sulak, step forward. As the Countess has insulted a friend of the dragons, I want you to keep this. I'm going to place this under your protection for the next 10 years. And he puts the necklace back in the box and hands it to Sulak. I'm sure you understand the significance of this item to Countess Eugenia.
Take it, gently pat the top of the chest.
Now once a year you'll have to ask Sulak to perform your ritual. I think that is fitting punishment. And he turns and steps up, or goes back up and she is about to start cursing when it's not even him. Volnavia just snaps her fingers and she is silent. Hubert, please escort her out. And the herald comes over and escorts her out. That is when Etha comes up. I have her out twice, so let me lead her from here. She comes up and says, my lord, I have found that my cousin is due to wed this evening. Would you graciously allow this to take place?
Somebody's about to get married.
And he is like, well, this is a ball. It is meant to be a joyous occasion. Why, certainly. Please, who are the intended? And she introduces, this is my cousin, Vanessa Sinclair, and her betrothed, Jean-Claude Lamont.
Okay, so Charlotte, this is the first time Charlotte makes a faux pas.
Okay.
What the fuck?
A couple people
Yes.
look at you, but yes. And I'm just going to say, Aisling comes up. If you don't mind, I can be your bridesmaid.
Well, I'd hate to prolong the ball. I mean, there's so much preparation we have to do.
Oh no, you are dressed elegantly, says the King of Copper. I would not hesitate to allow you to marry right here. Do you have an officiant, or would you like Vulnavia to be your officiant?
Come on, Sulak, step up.
Okay.
Sir Sulak, please marry this happy couple.
And Charlotte takes out her lute and starts playing a wedding dirge or song.
Do we have the rings in hand?
Oh
Or
no.
how do you wish?
Jean-Claude pulls out 2 rings. I was going to ask you anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. And
Yes.
staying within, the range, of course, and taking the time, preparing and casting the sacrament to wed these 2 lovely individuals.
Sulax, can you give us like 2 minutes?
And it's preparing. If we need time, we need time, but it is preparing.
So I go around or look around and find the A team to make sure that they're present for the wedding.
Yes.
Okay, you make sure everyone is present.
Yes.
I will be assisted by another, priest of Bahamut as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Easy's there, but not there. He's like still talking to that other lich. So he's like, I mean, where I gotta go stand?
He's there.
I gotta go where? Who's doing what?
Vanessa's getting wed.
Wed.
It's a joyous occasion.
I mean, I weld things all the time. I don't understand why there's a big ceremony for it.
Z, would you like to come?
Sure, I'll go. I mean, we're here, so there's not really any place to go.
Hey, we need to make an appearance next to just go to the rest of the group.
Okay. And he's like, well, I'll go too. I just don't.
Do a whistle for the dog.
Okay.
And then
Sorry, I'm looking.
go after Adonis and make sure he comes over.
Okay.
You might find Adonis and Hataxia in a side room somewhere.
Okay.
Just saying.
I just well, I would still stick my head in there and go, hey, you two, we got a wedding going on. If you want to, as I turn to stone.
No, I mean mine's too weak and she has a mask.
Yes. Well, there's a wedding. Vanessa's about to be wed, so if you would like to join us, I'm sure that you can get back to that later.
Sure.
And then find Torb and Rail and get them down here.
Make a spectacle of it.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Well, everyone is there. King Copper is looking on from his throne. And Sulak, you begin the ceremony.
Yes, I begin to officiate the wedding here. Grand, spectacular way.
On order, if anyone wants to stand with Jean-Claude, on order, Duke Orsino will stand with him. Because he has no idea what's going on.
Just got done slaughtering ghouls, comes back at the...
I mean,
Sure.
there's ichor all over him, but if anyone wants to stand with Jean-Claude, they can. Your cousin is standing with you. And Sulax, you begin the ceremony.
Here
Actually-
you were just trying to deflect.
Okay, so is there anything important about the marriage ceremony for Bahamut?
Oh, of course you'd ask me that when I haven't even thought of this. Well, of course there is. It's grand, spectacular, but it's more about bringing their religions into one, them into one being. But of course it is, a lawful and a very just wedding. It's not like it's going to be something to be broken.
Mhm.
But knowing them, it's gonna be, who knows. But specifically, it's not something I've really thought a lot about.
Yeah.
But
I will say, Voldavia will come up and flank you, not to take over, but just to be another religious person.
yes.
And you tell them to kiss the bride. And
They have their vows.
Oh yes, their vows.
Yes, because there you go.
Okay. Vanessa Sinclair, I vow to be your husband, to protect you, to encourage you, to be one with my heart, and to fulfill a lifelong dream of finding one of such beauty, mind, wit, and character. A soul that matches mine.
She's got a soul?
Yeah.
He ignores. And so you say some vows.
I go, yeah, same thing, blah, 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 yeah.
And he reaches in to kiss you.
This is supposed to be your wedding day. You're supposed to be more excited than that. What
Firm,
is?
just so he gets like the side of my cheek, maybe a little bit of the lip, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, as that happens, his flesh melts away, and the King of Copper disappears from here. I have been waiting centuries for you to be reborn.
There is a shine of platinum light upon the kiss. That would be one of the special things from the magic.
Yeah. You have brought joy back into them. And that's where we're going to close.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
And yes, there was a trap here.
You
And you
think?
walked right into it.
You think?
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Marcus, you alright?
Yeah,
supposed to be the happiest day of your life. I mean, come on.
Well,
Well,
look at the bright side. You have a +2 to resist anything for the next year, like that goes against you or the King of Copper, right?
Well, it's not Strahd that I have to deal with, and what better way to gain power over this realm than be the queen of it? And who knows what happens to the king?
Well, I mean, he's not going to die because he's already dead.
Oh, there's ways.
Yeah, but this keeps coming back.
So what?
He just keeps
He
coming
just
back.
keeps coming back.
That's when you destroy the phylactery.
But you got to
Now.
find that first.
Oh. And unfortunately, I'm just going to go in and give y'all some of the backstory. You sold it to him. You had his phylactery. It was a cursed necklace. His first wedding. The bride that got destroyed before he could marry her.
Oh, that's awesome.
And somebody decided to sell that necklace. Don't know who it could be.
Anyway, ladies and
But
gentlemen,
yeah,
if you want...
you had the King and Copper phylactery for a number of sessions.
Oh, as well?
Yeah.
So
So
if
I'm
you,
sure I have to deal with them.
so if you want
Oh,
to
but I
see what happens
Yes.
next and how much more chaos we end up having to deal with, join us next Friday for another episode of Consequences of Chaos. If you can't wait that long, you can join us on Wednesday as well as Thursday for our Organized Play on Wednesday and our Mutants and Masterminds game on Thursday. Now this week, it looks like our Star Wars game that we're playing with those at the Dragon's Table will probably be on Sunday instead of Saturday this week due to, I believe it's real life situations. So stay tuned and watch us on that. We'll host it here, but I do suggest that maybe you jump over to their channel and watch us there. I think that's it. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're in this adventure called Life Together, so please keep that golden rule in mind and treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. With that, have a good week.
Bye.